in his club, Leicester City. So maybe this is a worry, and then he might want Odion Ighalo back. But you might then ask the question, how about Paul Onuachu, who's the second highest goal scorer in Europe? Yeah, I know he plays in the Belgian league, but the stats are there. The fact, even Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo have not scored as many goals as Paul Onuachu in Europe this season. Yes, I insist. I know that the league he plays in is of a much less quality than the top 5 leagues in Europe. How about Sadiq Umar? Might not be playing in the first division, but this guy is banging in goals. How about Josh Maja, who just got to England, and we've already seen what he can do. Yeah, scored a brace, but even in matches that he has not scored, we've seen the moves that he has made. Yes, and I mean, I would be thinking, okay, maybe the coach will be thinking about the future and not going back.
Well, sometimes it happens, but I think that should come from Odion Ighalo, not the manager saying I need somebody with experience and all that. If Odion decides to, to remain the way it is right now, is he going to tell us that there will be no strikers to fire in the goals for Nigeria? Come on, the job is to make sure our strikers are better than the way he met them. That is the job of a manager. Yes, we know Osimhen is really good right now, but he's out injured and just trying to come back into the game.
Yeah, we hope he will be playing against Sassuolo. So let's maybe with that
even if he plays that
we'll assess him.
Yeah, even if he's able to play that game, I don't think Napoli will allow him to come take part in many matches that we have in the qualifiers, because we know a draw or a win, even without Osimhen, they should be able to win those games comfortably because of what
if he insists, because it's an international break, it's a FIFA window. So if he wants to, they can't hold him, but I'm sure they will want to talk to him and say, look, you know, it was when you went to Nigeria that you contracted COVID, and then you went to Nigeria and also had the shoulder injury, and you know, so some things are, why don't you just, for now, we know Nigeria will qualify. There is no fear that Nigeria will not qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations. So just stay instead of traveling and maybe you return with another issue. So just stay. Maybe they will appeal to him, but they cannot stop. They don't have the right. They don't have the right to say, we are stopping you. You cannot go and play for your country.
Yeah, they don't have that right. Yeah, but they can talk to him. But he's a professional. He's got agents who could also talk to him. The Avila, who has been handling his contract terms and all that. But all the same, what Geno Trust should be doing? Look at what Pep is doing. Pep came to Manchester City and he made the strikers there to become monsters. They were good before he came, but he made them better. Even Gondohan, who is not a scoring midfielder, but right now he has been. So Geno Trust should bring out. He should try to make us see the best of Onuachu, even if he's been giving him that opportunity. But the young man, he should try to see how, you know, is being managed by other coaches right there in Europe. Before he came to Genk, he was playing for Midtjylland, if my memory serves me right, and he was banging in the goals. Now he came to Genk and he has painted everywhere red. Now he's been linked to Lyon. So if he's not good, will Lyon be asking for him to come and help them to, you know, see how they can restore the title from Paris Saint-Germain? So Geno Trust has a whole lot of strikers, you know, to really work on. So he should not be talking about Odion Ighalo. But if Ighalo wants to come and play, no problem. No, as long as you still have the strength, everything. He's 31. He can still play. 2 days ago, he scored a brace, you know, for the White Lion, as they are called over there in Saudi Arabia, and they are top of the table at the moment. Yes, it's good, but it should be able to bring out the best from the rest guys that we've got. Apart from Osimhen, Ighalo, the rest should be firing from all cylinders. If they are not doing well, it should be telling them this is how to bang in goals. I know he was a defender and he's playing this, but that doesn't stop him from, you know, getting the quality strikers or improving on the strikers. So for me, I think Geno Trust, with or without Ighalo, all that is needed from him is to qualify for the Nations Cup and also do well at the World Cup. If he doesn't do that, I don't think the NFF will consider extending his contract. So he should try as much as possible to see how he can improve on the strikers he has at the moment.
And Odion Ighalo, remember, has had some issues with football fans, some unscrupulous football fans in Nigeria who threatened him with death, also threatened his family, sent death threats to his family just because he failed to score at the 2018 World Cup. And I want to appeal, look, no matter what, you have every right to be upset at your players when they fail to score goals and whatever. You can even demand that the Nigeria Football Federation or the coaches should not invite players, this particular player again. But you have absolutely no right to be sending death threats to a player or his family just because he failed to score a goal. It doesn't work that way. In fact, when your player, your favorite player, is not performing well, that's when he needs you. That's when you are to show that you are a fan. You back him so that he can get his confidence and he will score goals for you. But after the 2018 World Cup, Odion Ighalo first said he didn't want to play for Nigeria again because of some of the issues, but he was persuaded and he eventually played at the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations, and he became the highest goal scorer in that competition. But after that, he said, okay, it was time to say goodbye. But then he was... they've been talking to him to come out of international retirement and help Nigeria once again. So we'll see what happens going forward. But honestly, I would, if I were in that position, I would not be talking to any player who is saying he has left the national scene. I will not. I mean, if you could go back to talk to Odion Ighalo, maybe just also let's try and bring Victor Moses and John Mikel Obi back to the national team setup. I believe that we've got, especially in the striking department, we've got some very
young strikers,
young talented players that you can really give the job to, and they will do well. All right, update from the Nigerian Women's Football League. Edo Queens versus Delta Queens. That match is goalless at the moment. Confluence Queens versus Abia Angels, goalless. Bayelsa Queens 1, Ibom Angels 0. Nasarawa Amazons 0, Osun Babes 0. Sunshine Queens 0, Pelican Stars 0. Rivers Angels 0, Royal Queens 0, and FC Robo Queens 0. Dream Stars Ladies 0. So only Bayelsa Queens have scored. About 90 minutes of action in the Nigerian Women's Football League. Okay, let's talk more Nigerian football stories. We hear that 8 players of the Golden Eaglet have failed the magnetic resonance imaging, that's the MRI test. They are in camp in Abuja.
Well, here we go again. But all the same, from what the media officer has said, that some agents are trying to influence, but he's hopeful that Nigeria will do very well. But I think for me, so long as 8 players that have been in camp, field test, all they need to do is to leave camp, get 8 players to replace them. Those that
they may not have to. There are
so many of them. Yeah. But it could be that some of the key players, the coach will rely on. Some of them could be.
These guys, maybe they were part of the team that played in the WAFU B competition because they've qualified to play at the Africa Under-17 Cup of Nations, which is coming up in Morocco. Normally, this should qualify them for the World Cup, but as we have told you, the FIFA Under-17 World Cup and the FIFA Under-20 World Cup have both been cancelled because of COVID. So they are not going to qualify for the World competition, but at least just go there and do great stuff, earn laurels for your country, at least on the African stage. But players failing MIR test, I don't think people should be too worried about this, because I've seen it happen several times. And unfortunately, the MRI test is not 100% accurate.
Yeah.
No, that is the truth. Because I remember when we were in Abuja, there was one woman who she has the facts. She was angry. She was angry that her son was disqualified. Yes, she had the facts. The boy was not born here. He was born, I think, in the United States of America or England. I can't remember which. So she presented the document. Look at this. This was when my son was born. So my boy is 16 years old, but he failed the MRI tests, and later, we had things like sometimes when you have been exposed to certain things, maybe the work rate that they inject the thing in your wrist and all that things. So the way they explain it, so that is like carbon dating. When you carbon date something, it gives you a fairly accurate, but it's not accurate. It's not 100%. Yes, they will tell you when something is carbon dated. They can tell you, okay, this thing is 400 years old or 1,000 years old, because carbon dating can go back thousands of years. So when they tell you that, it means that if they say it's 400 years, for instance, it means that it could be 350 years old. It could be even 450 years. So within a particular range, it is okay. Even the DNA testing that they talk about, it's not from what the scientists, what the experts have said, though, it's not 100%. But once it is above 80-something percent, then you can be relatively sure that yes, this is the situation. Okay, so that's the thing with the MRI, the story that we are getting. Hopefully, we'll try and talk to Francis Achi, the media officer of the Golden Eaglet, to tell us exactly what's happening. But this is not the first time. It's not the first time. And from what we have heard, from what experts have told us about the MRI testing, this may not be the last time we will hear of players failing the test, because you could be within that age range, but you may fail the test. And you could even have a situation where some players could be above the age and they will pass it. Yes, it is possible from what they have told us.
It reminds me of those days when before you start a competition, you have to get players to pass under they be a certain height that players. You see players forming.
Yeah, that's height, but they don't.
You see some players even when they stand there, they are. But they'll just come, form.
I've done that when we did the screening for the Okonofa secondary school competition. We did that too. Yeah, the physical examination to determine age. What was that formula that we used? So they look at your height and your weight. That's basically it. It's not really the age, because the age we say, okay, it is on another 17 competition. So it is assumed that everybody in school, because you have to be in school, you have to be, I think, JS2, JS3 to SS3 or so. So we knew that all of them are likely to be that age because they were in school. But then it's not just about you being within that age, and that's something else that sometimes might be unfair. So you now look at the height and the weight. You could have somebody who is, I recall when I was 17, most of my peers were 20. That's the people that I grew up with, 19, 20. But I was taller than all of them. And I recall sometimes when we were playing when they were selecting the junior team in the barracks there, they usually say I'm above. And I know that these other guys that they were selected, they were older than me, but because I was taller and I looked bigger, I could not make the team. So that's how really it is. Honestly. Yeah. So I will advise the parents, and don't be too worried about it. You can go to the under 20, because at under 20 there is no MRI. So if you are good enough to play in the under 16, under 17, and they tell you that your child is above that, and you've done it, maybe try and do another MRI test, because it's possible that if you have 100% sure that the child is within that age, if he could pass another one. But if he fails, all the tests that they've done is he fails, no problem. Just let him go for the under 20 and continue his career over there. Okay. All right. So let's move on now to this. We hear that Uganda, and they have told their coach Johnny McIntyre that he has to step aside for the month of March. This is what the Federation of Ugandan Football Association, FUFA, what they have told their coach. They didn't give details for the decision, but they just simply carried it out. The goalkeeping, they said the statement by FUFA reads, in the meantime, assistant coaches Mubiru Abdallah Babazi Livingstone and goalkeeping coach Kajoba Fred will take charge of the team during this period. So they use the period to assess and monitor the performances of the team. So the move is coming ahead of Uganda's final 2 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers at home to Burkina Faso on the 24th of March and then away to Malawi a few days later. The Cranes are currently second in Group C on 7 points, just 1 behind the leaders Burkina Faso and 3 ahead of Malawi in 3rd place, while South Sudan are bottom on 4 points. They are aiming to qualify for their 3rd consecutive Africa Cup of Nations. McKinstry is from Northern Ireland. He's 35 years old and he's been in charge of Uganda since September 2019 when he replaced the Frenchman Sébastien Desabre. And he has been in charge for 14 games. He's won 9, drawn twice and lost on 3 occasions. This isn't a particularly bad start, so yeah. I don't know why Uganda is taking this action. Unfortunately, it happens regularly in Africa, and sometimes they run into trouble because FIFA usually intervenes and then they ask them to pay huge amounts of money to the people that they kind of renege on their contract.
He hasn't done badly, but the fact that they did not state what really happened, that made them to ask him to step aside. I think maybe as time goes on we'll get to know that. But having the assistant coaches taking care of things, yes, that's what you get once a coach has a problem. You have the assistant taking on the job on interim basis before a substantive coach is employed. But I don't know, it happens in life. He's young, 35. If he feels okay, there's something that has happened that could make him to lead the team for good. He could start. That's one thing about a coaching job. The more you are getting issues from one club, the more other clubs are also looking for the same person based on his antecedents and what he has been able to achieve as a manager. So a young manager like McKinstry, maybe if there's anything he has done, he could apologize. Maybe after some days he could be restated, but if not, maybe it's time for him to look elsewhere for another job. But all the same, from the start we've seen that that's not enough to sack a manager. Maybe there are other things, just like what we had in Nigeria professional football club side when they asked 2 players to, when they suspended 2 players, but did not discuss what really happened. So it happens in football. Professionals, sometimes they have issues, internal issues, but they don't want to talk.
Well, I hope Uganda does not run into trouble because Africa seem to have this issue every time. They would not do the right thing.
Maybe there's something they think maybe preach
whatever it is, they should state it and then let it be very clear to everybody. And you should know, once you sign a contract, you don't just go about breaking it. You can't just take action against your employees the way you like without respect for labor laws, and that is why they keep running into trouble. Zamalek have been told now to pay $1 million to a Ghanaian player because of some of these issues. So let's see what happens. Okay, let's go to England, Europe now, and tell you about Barcelona. Their manager, Ronald Koeman, says he's devastated at the arrest of former President Josep Maria Bartomeu following an investigation into the club's financial issues. Bartomeu was one of 4 arrests in what police called an investigation into alleged crimes related to property and the social economic order. Bartomeu resigned as president in October. He was released on Tuesday. Koeman said this is not good for the image of the club. The arrests were made by Catalan police on Monday after an investigation into financial issues at the 26th-time Spanish champions. Bartomeu and his former advisor, Joan Masferrer, they spent the night in a Barcelona police station while the club's chief executive, Oscar Grau, and legal services director, Roman Gomez Ponti, they were detained and released later in the day. The investigation is thought to relate to the Barca Gate scandal in 2020 when the club denied hiring a firm to attack their own players on social media. Bartomeu was elected president in 2014. He was under increasing pressure before he resigned, and the fans called for his removal as well as having fallen out with Barcelona superstar Lionel Messi.
Well, to me, I'm even baffled because for police to visit the headquarters of the club and ensure that all the visitors are raided, I don't know what must have happened. Maybe, according to the story that came out from that Barca Gates, yes, playing a firm that to leak some issues about their players or attack their players on social media. Yes, that was really bad because I know that Lionel Messi was really fuming as at when the contract issues, the contract wages and everything, were leaked. He wasn't really happy. People were asking who could have done that and all. So, and the election is even around the corner, and Bartomeu and others, maybe other contestants could feel, okay, there are some documents, that must have been tampered, with that could make it difficult to get to see what was really happening in Barcelona. But all the same, I think the investigation is going on. Maybe as time goes on, we are going to hear everything that happened. But as a manager, you should be devastated. You should be really, really surprised at what is happening at the moment. But all the same, even Ronald Koeman, after the new the election and the new president comes in, he could also live in the Nou Camp at the end of the season or remain, depending on the president that comes in. But so far so good. As a manager, if I were to be in his shoes, I'll be surprised that the former president is being questioned because of some certain things that happened at the club. Although nothing happens without someone being involved. So when that Messi's issue was leaked out, I was like, wow, someone among them that knew.
That wasn't the reason why.
That wasn't. Yeah. But
this arrest are taking place.
No, that wasn't it. Because of the attack on.
That was yes.
Yeah.
That was,
for me, well, after the investigation, we will soon get to find out what really happened.
Okay. All right, guys. Very soon you will be. We'll allow you to call, but let's just quickly give you update of what is going on in the Nigerian Women Football League. FC Robo Queens won, Dream Stars ladies nil. Monday Gift has just scored the second goal for FC Robo Queens, so it is now 2-1 to FC Robo Queens. Rivers Angels nil, Royal Queens nil, Sunshine Stars nil, Pelican Stars nil, Nasarawa Amazons 1, Oshun Babes nil, Bayelsa Queens 1, Ibom Angels nil, Confluence Queens 1, Abia Angels nil, and Delta Queens and Edo Queens still goalless. Okay, guys, it's time for you to join us on the show. Call us on 070-6263-9275 or 090-3939-4427. You can also reach us on 081-2178-9154. If you want to send an SMS, send it to 080-7400-9076. Hello? Hello? Okay. Hello. So those are the numbers you can reach us on: 070-6263-9275 or 090-3939-4427, 081-2178-9154. Is it raining? Those are our numbers. Got a couple of text messages. We'll read them shortly. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, welcome.
Yeah, good evening.
All right.
I beg,
Bayelsa Queens and no, it's Delta Queens. It's Delta Queens playing against Edo Queens. It's goalless. Bayelsa Queens, who are they playing now? Bayelsa Queens are playing Ibom Angels. It is Bayelsa Queens 1, Ibom Angels nil.
Where am I take them to do? Manchester United.
Just wait. That should be like 9 p.m. But keep listening, we'll let you know. Yeah.
But help me play.
We don't play anthems during the weekdays. We know they play during weekdays. Okay. Now weekend we do that one.
My match now 9:15. You get that?
Right, good evening.
Danjuma, welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening, Danjuma.
First of all, I want to do his best for the match that is anyhow they don't lose that match. So that they could gather away points, consolidate for home points, will make them win the league or finish in a good position. We know we get better strikers, and we know experience it matter a lot there. But me, then I try to call the 50 without Ojo Igalo. We know if develop young striker, we will do well for Nigeria. If they talk like that, we call the minister for the talk. Maybe that might you don't fulfill, you don't know what they do. Because looking at the trackers who we get, both the one with they never invite, where they do well, make it exploit those ones to work in order for the tracker of Nigeria. Maybe they fire for our top leader. We see Polonachi, where he don't invite and see, you know they score for Super Eagles. But because they may work on us, so that we score, they score for that side. See they talk about Ojo. Not to say experience so good. But may forget to do it, may move forward. Congratulations to Ronaldo. You see they break many records and many records and do well.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, welcome.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good.
My name is FRO for Upper Sakonba Road.
Okay.
Yeah. I say, I hear when they talk about Super Ego and our coaches and the strikers we get, and we want to call back the one we felt there before we don't retire. Well, not the bad thing. Say we don't retire, say wants to play for a country. But I also say you get the power and the strength to give what we want, make it give us. So while not the but the other way around, we start Izalo. And he go the past Nations Cup. That be the highest goal scorer, and I say he want resign. Nobody. But as I say, if he like him, that one now make me see stopping to see build on the one way be say that this form now. And then that guy, now he be the first way first.
Hello?
Now he be the first way he buy Paul, and the debut to work on that guy. Let me see the score like that, like the way that time the deadbeat match when they use and when they play score. Very fine way to work on and make it a score for us like that. You got not see come, you not see bad, but make it fine way and make that guy they deliver the goal for Super Eagle anytime with the corner and anytime with the user. And that was my contribution. I do well.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. It's Jose Mourinho. Good evening.
Yeah, welcome, Jose.
It's like the previous caller said. Greetings from GRA, first of all. I want to say I agree with the previous caller. What the Super Eagles coach should do now is to go to Paul Nash's club and watch his games and see how they are using him exactly, and he can do the same. And something similar. It's just a simple mathematics. There is no rocket science there. So many coaches do it. You see Fabio Capello going to watch British players playing in their clubs. You see Scolari doing that, watching Brazilian players. You see Luis Van Gaal, Gus Index, and so on and so forth. So it should make trips. It should not only be going to Abuja to discuss contracts. It should go to Belgium and watch this guy and correct what they are not doing well at the Super Eagles. And I'm sure Paul Onachu will come out good. We are looking at maybe something similar to another Rashidi Yekini because the guy has similar body build a bit. You know, there is that keen complexion the same, you know, so he can do something. If he can score in Belgium, I know that Belgium is not one of the 5 top leagues, but Belgium is not a right-away league. Belgium, they produce Lukaku in the national team, Hazard, and so on and so forth.
They've even been world number 1, as in terms of FIFA ranking. Belgium are the world number 1 for some time.
So I think talking to Obioni Gallo is out of respect, and every team has a senior player. So I think he's trying to have his father cover, leader cover for the team. I can feel his vibe. Bringing in a senior player will send some messages to the team they are going to be playing against. Okay. He's not bringing him back as a number one striker. At least as a senior player, he can tell the players what to do sometimes, like Ronaldo is to Portugal right now. So that's it. I support him bringing in Johnny Gallo back. It's not a bad thing. Thank you.
Okay. But the thing is, Ronaldo is playing in one of the top 5 leagues in Europe, and he's scoring many of the younger players. Which Portuguese player has scored more goals than Cristiano Ronaldo the last couple of seasons? So there you have it. But when you look at Johnny Gallo's situation, and you look at Nigerian strikers, I think you can have 3 or 4 very good strikers that you can call ahead of Johnny Gallo if the coach knows exactly what he's doing. We'll go on this break. We'll be right back.
It's a new day, a new beginning. As you prepare for the day ahead, just anything is not enough for a delightful, healthy start. Start your day right with Holland your earbud. Holland your earbud. Taste, creamy vitamins and nutrition. Life is so different with you. Hollandia Eva.
Hollandia Eva milk. Right nutrients for a healthy breakfast.
All right, welcome back. It's still Sports Fiesta live on 90.7 KFM, Benin City. Let's see if we can take a couple of more calls before we look at your messages. 070-62639275, 090-39394427, or 081-2178-9154. These are the numbers to reach us on. The SMS line is 080-7400-9076. Hello. Yeah, good evening. Welcome. Yeah, I know something. Good to have you.
Thank you very much, Oga. Please, Brian, you saw an Instagram, national team, if you forget everything about Oga, you allow Joe to take us on his festival. I don't see reason why somebody is taking something red, and you are not thinking about using that player. What do we expect from a starter? The only way you can identify a starter is when that starter is handling the weekly. This telematic thing. What time people to Belgium and where do that play? And know how they are using it. Instead of you thinking about somebody that has retired from the national team. And then that is a big player time. You are still the same time that the national team is time. I think they can be sitting on that and not bringing him back to the national team. By the time we bring the game that Sima is here, Matthew and West of them is here. How do we expect those people to see? It's like it's not having trust in them that they can actually deliver for the society. And that is why it's looking for somebody that has retired. I thought some people to remember the type of people we are bringing to retire mathematics players. They don't really encourage us at all. The era of getting these people that can really play this together for that part. This one is just let us manage it. You get results now. You do not get results now. You cannot compare this set of municipalities where we were having in the now we are having this set of young players. Yes, we are still taking it back. If you just a fair, or it's a fine player, it's a big player. Like just join the other Nigerians. So I'm telling you, please, go to Belgium and work this guy and see how he's doing crazy. He's firing the base rather than taking it back and just come back. Without the game, you cannot tell the part of the permission separate. Thank you very much for a good decision.
All right, thank you.
Whether Palace like it or not, you are going to decide that Palace.
Hello.
Amen.
Good evening. Welcome.
I'm very interested in this topic. I'm very interested.
Sorry, you've got to first tell us your name. Sorry.
My name is Abu. I'm calling from Kenya.
Okay.
This is Ojo experience matters a lot. If you see the way Ojo is banging in goal, I don't know what makes him to retire. So we still have that energy.
Yeah.
We have that energy. He's still very young, 31 years. So I think this is the right step that the boy is taking to will bring Odeyingalo to the national team. It's a very good transfer. Thank you.
Okay. I thought we were going to have a conversation. Odeyingalo, of course, nobody can argue that he isn't a top quality striker. He is. But the thing is, he retired in 2019. He left the national team on his own volition. He wasn't forced out, you know. So are we saying that without Odeyingalo, we cannot move forward?
We've got some
Odeyingalo on his own, I'm sure would have just stayed and I'm retired and that is it. If he had not even, they didn't even appeal to him, although even then, even I was appealing to him. Even when Victor Moses first retired, I said, come on, Victor Moses, you are 27 and you are saying you are retired. We still need you. Don't go. But when he insisted, talk to his guns, okay, no problem, good luck with your career. There are other wingers that can make it. Samuel Kalu is there. Moses Simon is there.
Samuel
Chukwueze, who is left-footed, but he plays on the right, just like Victor Moses. So we've got so many wingers. So without Victor Moses, who was fantastic for us, no problem. We can move forward. Then Odeyingalo, after the Africa Cup of Nations, which he proved himself, he was the highest scorer. He retired after the Africa Cup of Nations. I mean, you didn't, I don't know whether he was trying to immediately get him back after the Africa Cup of Nations and he didn't. Is it now in 2021 that you want to go and get him to come back? Of course, because Odeyingalo loves Nigeria, since the coach is saying he wants him back, he can come. But I am saying, instead of the coach to be saying that because Victor Osimhen is not playing as regularly as he can, then Kelechi Iheanacho, I mean, why don't you say you are going to look at the situation with Kelechi Iheanacho and see how you can improve him instead of, so the solution to our players, not, or the two top players that you can see, because we are seeing Paul Onuachu. The question that we're asking is,